All right. Well, I'll certainly think on that. I don't know how that necessarily entirely solves my issue right now, but I will
Well,
think about it.
there are also various other things. This hand filtration unit, if you allow my Delta to look at it, I'm sure he could improve its design. The air quality down there is probably also contributing to the civil unrest you're experiencing among your workforce. So if that could be increased or get better scrubbers down there to improve the oxygen quality, I'm sure they would be much happier, and then therefore increase work output.
All right. Governor Daxus looks over to John and says, "This is why I don't have any tech priests around here."
I'm sorry, why did you not have any text priests around here? I don't
Do you hear
follow.
how he's talking to me?
I hear that he's talking to you.
Ugh.
Oh, he makes that noise. Okay. Interesting. You. This is why your efficiency's having some issues. I don't say that out loud. I kind of, quietly whisper it to Kruger. This is why he's having issues with efficiency. Too stuck up to realize the actual issues and fix them.
I agree.
Yep.
He should be
He
neutralized.
stands. He stands and yawns a little bit and looks to you, John, and over to you, Kruger, and says, "Well, I must be getting back to bed. Please contact me if you come up with anything interesting to talk about."
I stand up, of course, and politely say, "Sure, I'll contact you if I find any ways of fixing your issues."
Yes, thank you. Have my people load the Nephium onto your ship, and he quotes off a price to you and says, "If you're going to trade it, you'll need to purchase it from me first. And again, anything that you are able to make above and beyond is yours to keep."
Very good. Very good.
All right. So if you want to purchase the Nephium, it will cost you 7 profit factor in the beginning. When you go to sell it, very likely you will get quite a lot of that, if not all of it, and more back. That's the plan.
Quite a lot of that, if not all of that, and more back.
If you do
Is that
really poor, if you don't convince them to give you the right amount of money, theoretically you wouldn't make all of this back.
okay? That's fair.
Right.
All right. So we're at 50 profit factor. We'd go to 43. You said 7, right?
47. So we go to
Yeah.
40.
There you go. Yeah. Because you had
Oh,
3
we're
to
at,
because your ship cost a little bit more than you guys thought.
right. I completely forgot about that. Okay, so we go to 40. That's fine.
We
Perfect.
might want to go about making requisition rolls before we make this purchase, if we were going to on this planet at all.
Well, we haven't bought it yet. He's just loading it. So I feel that's fair,
Correct.
right?
Yes. Before you leave, you'll have to pay.
All right. So if anybody wants to get anything from the planet, I mean, what's common on this planet? I assume most of your basic Imperial stuff,
Yeah.
Laz.
Yep. Most basic Imperial things are perfectly fine to get here.
Well, I think I'm going to be making a roll to get more men on the ship, since we're kind of lacking. We need to
Nice.
get some more peeps. So
You take some of his disgruntled workers off his hands.
Hey,
exactly.
it's got lots of those. They've got the black lung, but that's fine.
No, take people who are actually capable of working on this ship. All right. Let's see here. Let me find my rolls here. That would just be how many men do we need?
It was like 1,600 or something like that.
Is how much we need?
Yeah, isn't that
All
right,
right. That'd be
Fab?
a negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
min is like the easiest thing to acquire in the game.
well, it's still a negative 20 for a division of men.
Well, it would be a negative 15 to get 1,500, roughly.
Okay. So I'll just roll against a profit factor.
But, like notice how that chart goes up to it goes up way farther than what it actually says. Because there are more levels of commonality.
So what should I be rolling, if at all?
Profit factor.
Well,
Okay.
no. Like, he means the availability of men. Are they common,
Oh, they're
plentiful,
common.
abundant, or
They're
ubiquitous?
abundant.
So that's a plus 50.
So okay, if that's a plus 50, I succeed.
Okay, perfect. You are able to restock the ship for sure. Actually, let's have you roll just in case you get a 100. If you get a 100, then they don't like you or something.
Ah,
Long as you don't get a 100, though, you restock your ship with all the men possible.
as long as they're not stuck up and fucking about all the fucking stupid bastards on the goddamn table. I was keeping my calm there. Should have told me. Yeah, I told Blood some very specific freaking instructions.
You weren't violent.
I wasn't violent. I was very nice. I didn't get upset or anything. I just asked him a very simple question. I just want to know why he was snickering.
All right, so you have gathered all the men you need for the ship. You are back to full operating capacity.
Can I search for crates of frag grenades?
You want to search for crates of frag grenade? You don't want to
You
just
want-
buy them?
Yeah, that's technically
Yeah,
what
I
he's
think he's
doing.
meaning by them.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Is buy them.
How many do you want to
Okay.
get?
4 crates.
I mean, how many is that? I assume just, dude. You can roll. You can roll. Roll for like, but where's the commonality thing at? I don't see it anymore.
Well,
Um,
a crack grenade is rare, so
The
I'm guessing a
acquisition
frag
modifiers.
grenade would just be average.
Crack grenades
Scarce.
-10.
Okay, it's -10.
So do just kind of even it out. Do a regiment. Have a ton of fucking grenades. You'll never worry about it again. You can take them on
Okay.
trips or whatever.
So
just 50. Just roll
By the
directly
way,
in the vector.
it's assumed that once you actually acquire an ammunition or a grenade, that you pretty much just have enough of it.
okay. So I'm
Actually,
gonna
you
roll-
do you would just roll for the profit factor. You'd be going for minor. It would be rare, so -10, and then you do minor, which is +10. So for a platoon to 10 to 30.
So just roll a 1d100.
Yeah, if
Okay.
it gets 50 or under, you succeed. So there you go. So yeah, you
Yay.
basically for your men, you basically have enough.
5 frag grenades each.
Basically, yeah, that's pretty much what you rolled.
Perfect.
so as I'm going to be making a roll for a division of servitors,
Okay. You're
Which
trying to
are-
make people into servitors?
well, I'm just trying to source if we can purchase them from the planet, and then I can
Oh, I see.
reprogram the max efficiency and then sell them back to the planet and tell them the amount of numerical value that it will increase their profit factor by.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and
the
roll.
total will be a 40 or under.
Okay. Now,
I'm going
Yeah.
to fate point that.
you didn't. Okay. And it's actually going to be 50 or under because of the rarity on this planet.
Come on, baby. Oh.
Nope. Still not.
Well,
Okay.
damn.
All right, so you're not able to get the proper servitors. They can't spare them from the line right now. They really don't use all that many servitors here, though.
What a shame.
Yeah, they have some gigantic machinery, but other than that, it's just people. So,
Yep.
do you want to try to just load stuff up and go take it to sell it? Do you want to try to figure out what's going on here on the world, or do you want to muck about?
Well, I'm probably going to muck about and
Yeah.
use my trade armorer skill to make, in the fashion that we discussed, to make an object that fashions the very poor quality cogitators needed to insert into people to make them into servitors.
Ah, yes. Okay, so you're making a servitor maker, basically.
Yep.
Okay, so you work on mass production of servitors. John, what do we see you do?
I assume this is much time has passed since the dinner.
Yes, you've been able to head out. You can either go back to your ship or you can wander the world and see what you can find here.
Where's that robed, masked man at?
He's following you.
Following
Yes.
me.
Yes.
I tell him he doesn't have to walk so far back. He can walk up next to me. Maybe talk to me.
He obliges you,
I hope so.
walking closer. As you wish, Lord Captain.
He's definitely he's got a freaking
Yeah, he's got the respirator on.
So I asked him to tell me about himself. Inquiry level,
Actually,
of course.
for as his benefit, and because I'm right next to you, roll. What is it?
Inquiry. Wouldn't it be?
No. Roll. What searching skills do you actually have?
Searching.
Yeah, and or awareness.
I mean, my awareness is a 20. My inquiry is 41.
Do you have scrutiny?
I mean, I do. It's a 20. I never did put my points in, by the way. I still had 400. We got 400 experience from last session.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was put somewhere in the RPG. I only kind of briefly saw it, but I completely forgot about it. That's something we can do kind of like in a little bit. I don't think you
Well, it's
wouldn't
up to
care
you,
if you did
Hess. You could also just roll awareness or straight perception.
it.
You kind of know why.
Yeah, make me a straight perception.
Oh, okay. Oh,
No.
well, I don't.
Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, there you go.
God damn it!
So-
I fucking suck at rolling.
Okay, so I'm gonna say the reason though. The reason that you didn't make this perception was that you noticed something off into the distance, and this is actually connected to your knowledge of the underworlds. You notice that there is a tunnel that leads down into what was probably some sort of habitat area underneath in a dungeon or an underground area. But on the wall next to it is an inscription which basically shows that this is owned or managed by a certain gang lord of some sort. This is a very common thing that was all over the penal colonies. So you've got a little bit of an underworld thing going on here if you wanted to check that out.
Yeah, sure.
I'm still following John, right?
Yeah.
Of course you are. Along with the other man. They haven't
Yeah.
left.
Which he actually looks fairly like noble, if extremely creepy.
Seen
There you
creepier.
go.
I have a
Definitely.
friend on the ship. I think you'd have great fun meeting. He, do you have a hat?
Hoods aren't hats, remember?
That's true. Hoods aren't hats.
All right, so as you're moving through the little hive down here, you notice that yes, this governor does indeed employ the use of humans more than most anything else. He's got so many of them, this could almost be called a hive world, but it is really just for mining. As you continue on down through, you are certainly inside of a underworld, and you realize that you probably could ask around in here as to what the reason for the lack of efficiency in the human mining is.
So that would be an inquiry.
That would be an inquiry.
Okay.
At a minus 20 right away, just because you don't know a whole lot um,
Hey,
about mining worlds. Hey, but you do a good job.
12, baby.
So you are told that the miners normally are perfectly fine with mining all day long because they usually utilize a specific crystalline substance they put into a spoon and heat up and then inhale the smoke that comes from it. And when doing that, they can do anything the hell they want all damn day. Doesn't matter to them.
Fucking
However,
goddamn crack smokers.
However, the very large shipping containers that normally contained the supplies of this crystal that they used have been taken by Lady Aspiscorda's folks, who apparently are against the concept of drug use, which is ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous, because of course, that's the way to make sure you're a better miner. But this person, that's all she wants to do is get all the drugs off the planet. So she's stolen them. And as we don't have them anymore, it's pretty difficult to mine for 14 hours out of a day.
So does John tell me this, or do I overhear this?
You obviously do. You're
Yeah,
standing right
you're
next
right
to me.
there.
So I told John, we can eliminate her and steal it back. By eliminate, we remove a seat of power from the city or planet and tell the governor she was the issue and show the proof, thus gaining you more favor with the nobility here and more favor with the citizens, meaning we can recruit even probably more people from this planet if we ever needed to.
So the thuggy underworld kind of gangster in front of you starts to laugh, and he looks over at Kruger and says, "I'm sorry, maybe you didn't hear. Lady Aspis Corda. I guess I should probably use her